Okay, so you know that thing you always have in your hand? You check it all the time, even though you know it's probably not good for your nervous system. And yes, I'm talking about your phone. And I know you've heard all the advice about limiting screen time and even doing a full digital detox. And I also know how unrealistic that can feel when you're tired, overwhelmed, or burnt out. So today I'm sharing how I'm decluttering my digital life, mostly my phone, as I head into the new year wanting to feel less overstimulated, less burnt out, and more connected to myself. This isn't about getting rid of your phone or doing anything extreme. It's a gentle, realistic way to try to lessen the noise and stimulation and enter the new year feeling lighter and more grounded. Hi, I'm Kathleen, and welcome to a safe space where I'll help you reconnect to your true needs and find the meaning in burnout. So if that's something you're interested in, subscribe, maybe grab a cozy blanket, and let's get started. I don't think you need me to tell you why being on our phones is bad for our well-being, but I will share the impact I saw very clearly on myself this year when I was recovering from burnout. There were days, weeks, maybe even months where anytime I'd be spending on a screen or looking at my phone, I would get headaches and I would feel nauseous. And as I've slowly learned what drains and nourishes my energy, I've come to learn how much my digital habits were truly contributing to my exhaustion. And even when we're not actively on our phones, just the potential for stimulation can be draining. That constant shifting of attention is incredibly draining on a sensitive nervous system. So these are the ways I'm decluttering my digital life as I head into the new year. And just a reminder, you do not need to do all of these. Even one small shift can make a huge difference. So take what feels good and leave what doesn't. First way I'm decluttering my phone is by reducing notifications. You can do this a couple different ways. First, by just turning off the notifications for specific apps, or something I've learned that I like to do is to put my phone on do not disturb mode. I can select the people or things that take up my attention, and now I set it so that it automatically turns on in the evening around 7 p.m. and until about 9 a.m. in the morning. Because every notification is a tiny demand on your attention, and honestly, most of them aren't urgent or even time sensitive. It helps me feel less pressure to check my phone because I'm not seeing notifications pop up. But I also feel secure that if something truly urgent needs to get my attention, it will come up on the screen. This one change has made my days feel quieter and so much more spacious. Next is setting some boundaries, especially in the morning. For years, as soon as I would wake up, I would grab my phone, check my emails, and even respond to a bunch of emails before I even got out of bed. And at the time, I thought that was me just being efficient and productive and starting my day off strong. But what I've realized as I crashed into burnout is that it was actually setting me up for exhaustion for the rest of the day. I now see a huge difference between the days when I still do that. I still might check my phone and scroll my phone before I get out of bed, and the days where I wait 10 minutes just to look at my phone. On the days that I do look at my phone, I get headaches, I feel nauseous, and I just feel worse for the rest of the day. And so some mornings I still might check it, I'll be honest, but most of the time I tell myself, okay, just give myself some time to ease into the day, put my feet on the floor, take a few deep breaths, drink some water, and then we'll be good to go. Because the thing about boundaries is that they don't have to be a solid wall. It's not about completely removing your phone for the entire morning, for example. It's about doing what feels good and realistic to you. And for me, I know that as long as I aim for 10 minutes without my phone, that's enough to set me up in a better position for the rest of the day. The third way is limiting blue light, especially in the evening. As much as I was trying to limit access to my phone in the evenings, I still check it now and then to put on a calming playlist or to set my alarms. So even in those moments, it's beneficial to somehow have less of that blue light stimulation. And something one of my friends told me a couple weeks ago is that you can set a red light setting on your phone. Red light is so much more calming for your nervous system than blue light. It's under the accessibility settings if you have an iPhone, and you can set the color tone to red. You can also adjust how much of that color you want, so it's whatever truly feels good to you and your eyes. The next is deleting or burying overstimulating apps. Now, for me, I feel like fully deleting an app feels like an all or nothing thing, and I don't necessarily feel comfortable with that. So, I like the idea of trying to bury it and try to put it in a place in my phone that feels less accessible so that I have to be more purposeful about when I open that app. For me, I've learned that I find Instagram incredibly overstimulating. The constant scrolling, the videos, the music. And so, for at least the next 3 weeks, I'm going to try to access Instagram less. I've heard from other creators that the first few days or week can be really uncomfortable when you try to get rid of an app that you're used to using every day. And so, I'm giving myself a few weeks to try to get over that hump and hopefully see that my nervous system feels lighter. And this isn't about demonizing social media. This is really about just noticing how certain apps make your body feel. And the last one is physically putting my phone away. I've seen some people say to put your phone away for the entire evening. So to put it in a drawer or to put it in a fully separate room. And while I like that idea, again, the idea of putting away for the entire evening feels very all or nothing and a bit unrealistic for me. So instead, I'm setting the goal to put it away for a half hour before bed. That way, I know I'll be so much less likely to look for it compared to if it were in my pocket or beside me. And I know I'm going to feel so much more present and connected in the moment because I don't have that phone constantly begging for my attention. This isn't about creating a massive overhaul or doing everything perfectly. It's about gently noticing what's adding noise in your life and slowly creating space to lessen that noise. If you're feeling overstimulated, tired, or disconnected, I hope this is giving you permission to look at your digital life with a little bit more curiosity and see where you might be able to soften your habits. And if you want more support with this or connecting with yourself and finding the meaning in burnout, I'm here for you. I have a free guide that does just that, as well as one on one sessions if you want more personalized support. And if you feel like it, let me know in the comments. What's one tiny shift you might make this week to soften your digital habits? I'd love to hear from you. I'm here for you, and I'll see you soon.